Hello. So, dictatorship. Belarus. Why am I attacking Belarus when there are so many dictatorships in the world and the most of Soviet countries, former Soviet countries have dictatorships? Well, just because we're talking about Belarus today and Belarus has a Wikipedia dictatorship. I'm introducing my term. This is a new term. Before, I used to call it a mild dictatorship. Now I call it a Wikipedia dictatorship. In general, they call it Europe's last dictatorship. So what is this Wikipedia dictatorship? It says on Wikipedia that Belarus is under the dictatorship. So that means you have come out to the world already. You came out as a dictatorship. You ended up on the Wikipedia. So it's official, nothing to get upset about. I'm talking about Lukanhesko and his circle, there's not much to hide at this point. So, unfortunately, a beautiful country of Belarus is under the dictatorship. Also, the name Belarus, what does it mean? Bieli is white in Russian language, and the Rus is Russia. So when I was a little girl, I was thinking, oh my God, white Russia? White Russians? Russians are already so white, how much whiter can you get? Or why do you have to point it out? Are these people some kind of racists or something? But no, and no. I grew up a big girl, I became an interpreter translator, and I have met and worked with many people from Belarus, white Russians. And people are the nicest and the kindest and the beautiful inside and out. I promise they're going to be one of your most favorite people in the world. Delightful people. So I don't know, there are several theories why this country was called Belarus. Maybe they're called after the drink, a white Russian. No, I'm just kidding. So, also, this country did not get very lucky during the World War II. During the World War II, they lost 1/4 of their population. They lost half of their economical resources and just became a mess. Also, during the Chernobyl tragedy, do you remember radiation accident in Ukraine? Ukraine, Belarus, Russia, they're brothers, they're all Slavic, they're all Christian, they're very similar, languages similar. So these three countries, former Soviet countries, Belarus, Ukraine, Russia, remember we call them Slavic countries, former Slavic Soviet republics. It's not an official name, it's just to describe the group and the ethnicity and the language of the majority of these countries, Belarusians, Russians, and Ukrainians. So do you remember Chernobyl accident? Lots of the radiation leaked to Belarus and poisoned part of it, which is also very sad. Enough about depressing things. Are there any nice things in Belarus? Of course there are. It's beautiful, it's very clean, very organized, safe. It's safe for the foreigners, for tourists, and cheap. It has great roads, it has lots of forests, and it's great to visit. It's much cheaper, the exchange rate is good, so as this is a case, unfortunately, it's heartbreaking in many countries that the country is great for the tourists, but for its population, not so great. Hopefully one day there will be the day and the time in the world where the population of the countries will be also as happy as tourists. Let's hope so. Now let's talk a little tiny bit about food. The most popular dish in Belarus is draniki. Draniki, I don't know exactly how to pronounce it. Draniki is like potato patties. I actually made it for you. We'll see it and taste it in a second. So this grated potato and baked. It's in many cultures. Every culture probably that has potatoes has some kind of grated potatoes baked, like we have hash browns, like latkes. In many cultures, the draniki in Belarus usually has little onion, salt, pepper, one egg, and it's baked, but they do many variations. They put veggies and all kinds of things in it, and usually it's eaten with sour cream. So I made this one right here, and it's a little bit dark because I put some shredded carrots inside, and my favorite spice is turmeric and paprika for now, and salt, pepper, and I fried it, and it's quite delicious. It goes with sour cream. I have an Israeli kosher sour cream for not for any particular reason. I just came across and I wanted to try. And let's taste it. Let's hope it's good. Very good, excellent. So this is all for today, and I will be back very soon. Thank you for listening.